of all the arguments, the outraised by a billionaire is the worst one. We have the numbers on that. Kamala Harris raised more money than Donald Trump and all the associated PACs. It can be true, you know, Dan and Larry, you know what overdetermined means. Overdetermined is when there are many reasons for a failure. And it is true, most of what Larry was saying, I subscribe to too. Immigration and the connection to the Biden presidency, that's the big reasons Kamala Harris lost. Right. And then now Rogan has become the new Wisconsin, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So Wisconsin, so Rogan's become the big factor. But Larry, let me play devil's advocate for a moment. If Elon Musk had been George Soros, right, who had bought X, and done exactly what Elon Musk did on X, put aside the campaigning for a minute, the right would be going crazy and talking about election interference, et cetera, no?
Well, the right has gone crazy for a long time about ABC, NBC, CBS, NPR, PBS, the New York Times, the Washington Post. Most of the legacy media is anti-Trump. According to a media research study, 85% of the coverage of Kamala Harris when she became the presumptive nominee was positive. 93% of the coverage of Trump-Vance was negative. So this is what we're dealing with. Had Elon Musk not bought X, the landscape would have been very different. That's true. But already we're fighting Hollywood, academia, media, and big tech with the exception of X. So finally we got somebody like Elon Musk who's leveling the playing field to some degree. And I say hallelujah.
You've got Rupert Murdoch. Don't forget about him. He's, you know, kind of, sort of powerful. But Mike, what do you make of the comparison there of saying, you know, now they have X and the left has had everybody else except for Rupert Murdoch up to this point?
I think we in the media, and maybe people who watch NewsNation and care about this a lot to the extent that there are many Americans who won't even vote and really aren't paying attention out of self-protection. So I do think we in the media overemphasize, in general, the role of the media, overemphasize how much the Russians can affect our vote, how much Elon can affect our vote, how much, and you don't have to make the hypothetical, Future Forward with its $700 million in billionaire spending can affect the vote. I think the vote really comes down to fundamental things about how Americans live, and the Democrats have this really terrible, toxic brand that I wrote an article in The Atlantic is more like the HR department than people who are on your side. And I feel sorry for the media. I'm a member of the media. It's very hard not to pick out lies. Donald Trump lies a tremendous amount, so you get into this problem of just pointing out lie after lie, but you don't get to the deeper truths that many voters care about.
Let me ask you, Larry, do you agree that the media, in the end, big picture, doesn't make that much of a difference, all the media?
No, I believe the media does make a difference. If you're bombarded day after day after day by Donald Trump allegedly saying that there were good Nazis and bad Nazis on both sides when he didn't say it, if you're bombarded by people on the left saying that Donald Trump said drink bleach to combat COVID, which he didn't say. There'll be a bloodbath, which he didn't say. I'll be a dictator from day one, which he didn't say. It will affect how you feel about Donald Trump. In August of 2016, according to an article in Bloomberg, the #1 reason that likely voters gave for not liking Donald Trump is that he mocked a disabled reporter. He did no such thing. So when you fill people up with a bunch of lies, it's going to affect how they think. Absolutely.
But I have to tell you, I think the backlash against the media has been one of the most powerful things for Donald Trump out there. So the idea that sort of the media coverage has just hurt Donald Trump, I think the media coverage has helped Donald Trump, because I will tell you on my radio show, when people are calling in, the people who are the right of center folks, I'm not talking about the longtime Trump supporters, I'm talking about the right of center folks, they always cite how much they were frustrated by the media coverage of Kamala Harris as one of the things that drove them nuts about this campaign. Anyway, interesting conversation. Really. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.